Alexander, and you are here for the Mindful Minutes with D. As we talked on the first episode, I will be giving you, I said 5, but just a few minutes with me. Whatever feels and flows freely from the heart is what you're going to get. I'm here to give you some just tips on healing and mental health and relationships and anything that comes to mind. The last time I talked to you, we had talked about people taking ownership for things other people have done to them, and I talked to you about how it's not your fault. Well, today I want to talk to you about what you can do to take initiative for yourself to work on your own healing. I know for me in my past, there were times that I was all the time attracting the wrong type of energy when it comes to men, and sometimes even friendships or relationships in general. I was attracting the wrong energy. So at some point I had to stop and ask myself, what is it within me that is not right for me to continue to attract these people that do X, Y, and Z to me? It could be a family member, it could be a romantic partner, it could be just a platonic friendship. It doesn't matter. At some point you got to stop and say, I'm the common denominator on my part. There is a part that I play in it. So this is where the healing comes into play. I had to take time. And by time, I don't mean like a week. I don't mean like a month. I took years. I took years of not dating. I took years of learning. I'm all about learning. I took years of doing different Bible studies even and burying myself in the church. I'm not saying that's what you have to do, but what I do encourage is that you figure out the parts that need to be healed, the parts that you need to work on for yourself so you can raise your vibration, raise your energy, and attract what you need to into your life. A lot of times, that's going to track back all the way to childhood. What was your childhood like? What were you going through? Were you abused as a child? Were you neglected as a child? And try to figure out the chains. Those links link to you as an adult, and it links to the way that you carry yourself, the way you respond in certain situations, whether positive or negative. It's all tied together. So at some point, you have to ask yourself, if your scars are healing, why am I not healing with them? I want you to think about that for a moment. I'm going to say it again. If your scars are healing, why are you not healing with them? And it's because you're not putting in the work. By putting in the work, you have to figure out things about yourself. You got to dig to the root, to the core, get to it and figure out, why am I responding this way? Why do I always get offended when somebody says this? Why am I always nervous or thinking that somebody's going to leave me because they do X, Y, and Z? Get to the root and the core. Once you get to that core, then you can start weeding it out. And again, if your scars are healing, why aren't you healing with them? My encouragement to you today is for you to figure that out, do the studies that you need to do. I am a firm believer in doing relationship studies, because the more that you do those relationship studies, the more you learn about yourself. One of the biggest ones that I talk about a lot on podcast proper is about the relationship attachment styles. I'm not getting paid to promo this, but there is a book out there called Attached. It is one that I have read and listened to over and over and over again, and that is probably one of the main ones that helped me learn so much about myself, to where it motivated me to dig deeper and go further with my education on just learning about me and healing myself from within. So again, if your scars are healing, why aren't you healing with them? Go out there, do the research, do some learning. If you don't like to pick up a book and read, listen to one. You can do an audiobook, just whatever it is. Go on TikTok and listen to different life coaches. It could be all different forms of educating yourself. Just do it so you can start to heal. And remember, in 5 or 6 months from now, you can have 5 or 6 months of excuses or 5 or 6 months of progress. It all depends on you, so choose wisely. Go heal. Thank you for coming to Mindful Minutes with D.